How's it going, YouTube? So today I wanted to talk about the new Fatshark HD goggles that are coming out. As you can see, I have the Race Day Quads site pulled up for it and we can pre-order now. And I just want to talk about my opinions on this so far from what I've learned and just discuss some of the benefits and drawbacks that are soon to come with this goggle. So, well, of course they're on pre-order, so we can only take Joshua Bardwell's word for it, and the owner of Fatshark, as well as I think some of the Rotor Riot guys were on the official Fatshark video.
You see,
No.
says the guy.
These antennas made a big difference.
Oh, you swapped the antennas?
Yeah, I swapped it from when you flew it.
All right, I'm
So
gonna
we
fly
need to
it
go back
again.
and like.
I'm gonna fly it again.
Yeah.
You know what's weird though? Like, it looks as good as DJI, but it still gives you that like good old analog feeling.
Yeah, so just reflecting on what they were saying there, just test flying, they're running at 720p, and we know the system is capable of doing 1080p, so they're really just pushing to have the lowest latency from what it sounds like. If you run 1080p full HD resolution, which is what it's capable of, you will basically be taking a latency hit. At 720p, you can get the normal latency of the system, which is a lot better. And then they do have 50 megabits mode, which this is common for DJI folks. It's the high data rate mode. And they're running 700 milliwatts of power here. So it looks like you have control over all these things in the preferences. So you can see the power output at 700 resolution. They have 720. And they even have temperature control, the language, and low battery warning on that main setting there, as well as you can just change like the zoom, the brightness, and then focus mode. So you can have focus mode where it kind of blurs the edges of the screen and gives you a higher resolution in the middle, which I believe the idea is that it's supposed to help with your latency at a farther distance. So you can get basically better signal latency with a higher resolution while flying a farther distance away. And there's an option for custom OSD, which I'm not 100% sure what that's about, but I mean, I'm assuming that's for the beta flight OSD that you can use, which is really interesting because for the digital guys, you couldn't do that before. So, and also there's the VTX record option for 1080 60 FPS, which is really good. You can format the SD card and format the VTX both from the goggles, which is pretty cool. So in the video, you can hear Drew mention that you can format the VTX separately from the goggle SD card, basically because it'll actually store the video on the VTX itself as well. So you can sort of have two different storage methods, which is pretty cool. But yeah, $600, so it's a comparable price to the DJI goggles that are out right now. So it's just going to be like, which system do you prefer is what it's going to be when it hits the market. I think they look pretty sleek, and they definitely, it seems like they're going to be a lot lighter than the DJI goggles, just based on like they look kind of like an HDO2. And then yeah, the diopters and the faceplate look very similar to the HDO2s, and they got a little Fatshark branding in the corner. So yeah, something really exciting about this, you can read it right about here. 1080p video transmission, that's going to be a new thing. Since DJI was only up to 720p, so that's going to be a huge thing for those of you doing cinematic flying or even just flying around the house. If you don't care as much about latency, then making the switch from analog to this system might be worth it. But I guess we kind of have yet to see if the reliability is there on these units and if it's going to be worth the price when it comes out, right? So that's something to just keep your mind out thinking about before you pre-order a whole bunch of these. And they say you can adjust the IPD. They list it down here. And I think Joshua Bardwell was saying he had no problems getting it to fit his eyeballs, which you know how thick his glasses are. So he had no issues with it. Yeah, it says +2 to -6, and he said he was like -6.5 or 7 or something like that, and he was still able to get it to focus. So the IPD adjustment is 57 to 70 millimeters, which it should be plenty for most people. And then the FOV is 46 degrees, which is awesome. That's going to be, I can't remember what HDO2 is, but it's very similar to HDO2. So that's going to be one of the larger FOVs on the market, which is perfect. And one of the other good things is that they have Betaflight canvas mode, so it's actually going to work with Betaflight rather than the DJI system beforehand, where it was super complicated to deal with overlay. And of course we got HD DVR, so all good features so far. On-off power button, and you know, pretty basic stuff. So other than that, it just comes with all the usuals, so XD60 power cable, the case, and whatnot. So yeah, other than the fact that it's an HD goggle, it seems like something you'd expect normally from Fatshark. So as of now, if we look at what Joshua Bardwell and the Rotor Riot crew are saying, it's like the best system that they've flown on and what they've seen so far. For me personally, am I going to pre-order? No, because I don't know, you know, I don't know the quality on these yet. I don't know if it's, there's going to be launch issues like always. So it's going to be one of those things that it may be better just to wait a good year or so until most people are breaking them in and letting Fatshark know all the issues and getting that worked out. So, but yeah, something to consider. It seems like it's going to be a really good system, and going forward, hopefully I'll be upgrading myself, but we have yet to see. So anyway, if you guys have any comments on this or anything you would like to add to the discussion about this, I'd love to hear it and see what everyone's thinking about. So let me know. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a like and stick around, subscribe. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.